Sama Al-Hamdani is an independent Yemen analyst. She joins us from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for your time. The UN-recognized government basically reclaiming control of most of Aden. What does this mean?
So actually, as we're speaking, I'm hearing reports that there are still some clashes. So the control has not been complete yet. What it means is that the Southern Transitional Council and the legitimate Yemeni government are going to fight over territory, although some say that the Southern Transitional Council is not fighting as aggressively as it could, signaling that there's some sort of deal, also stating that the Arab coalition that is supporting these different allies into some sort of a deal moving forward. So as we know, the Saudi government is supporting...
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. What is going on, do you think, with Saudi and the UAE?
So the Saudi and the UAE forces are part of a united coalition, and they're allied to fight the Houthis in the north of Yemen. However, as we've seen in the past few days, the Saudi government is supporting the legitimate Yemeni government, and the UAE is supporting the Southern Transitional Council. I think the best way for us to understand what's happening in Yemen is to actually imagine that the UAE is pretty much in fight or not happy with the role of the legitimate Yemeni government. And that is what's playing out, which then looks as a reflection as a disagreement between the UAE and Saudi Arabia. However, all the official sources and the spokespeople from Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates continue to say that they will work together. And the UAE has said that their allegiance is to Saudi Arabia first. And so it seems like some of this is playing out. I expected before, when this fighting started, that they were going to come to some sort of a deal for Yemen, where the Yemeni government is going to have to make some concessions and share some of its power with the Southern Transitional Forces. It's really important to note, though, that the Yemeni government had control of that area for about 4 years, and they failed to instill some sort of policies that seemed fair to the population. So even if the Yemeni government captures Aden again and captures the south, they're going to really have to change their policies. They're going to have to address the concerns of the people, because the secessionist cause is not something that was born over this war. It's a demand that they've had for a while, way before this war started. And the government is going to have to be really smart to kind of address the grievances of the population there.
What or who is the support to the mechanism to force the government to do that?
Well, obviously, the Arab coalition would have a lot of charge in that. They would be able to advise the president, who's been residing in Riyadh for the past few years. And so it's very possible that they could mediate something. They even invited the Southern Transitional Council and the Yemeni government to come and engage in a dialogue in Saudi Arabia. And so it seems like they're open to having these negotiations. But at the same time, if they can support the Yemeni government, have an upper military hand, that would certainly benefit the Yemeni government in their dialogue with the Southern Transitional Council.
Sama Al-Hamdani, thank you so much for your expertise. We appreciate it.
Thank you.